Hi, welcome back to the garden. I'm sitting here on my new garden swing, and I wanted to tell you about how I made it. So, for starters, this tree here is, I think, a box elder, and it was planted, I think, too close to the house. So, some of the main limbs were always overhanging, which was always a little bit sketchy in storms. In any case, we had the option to either cut it down completely and maybe replace it with something else, or the option that we went with was to pollard it. So basically, that meant cutting it in like specific places so that when the new growth comes in the spring, it'll shoot out mostly from those open wounds. So it'll make these big kind of pom poms. And then the new growth on this one is kind of like pink white variegated with green, so it's really pretty, and the stems themselves are kind of pink, so that's also cool. So the plan is to just like have it do that, and then every year come in and like shear those down. So anyway, so that should look cool. But we left this one limb extra long because we wanted to put a swing. So to start, I climbed up. It was a little bit scary, and I put chain around the branch, and then to that, I attached this like rope stuff. And the reason I didn't want to put the rope directly on the branch was because I didn't want it to like chafe on the branch. And also, since we have to go up once a year anyway to trim all the new shoots, that will be a good chance to check in with the chain so that it doesn't get too tight and start restricting the growth. So, yeah, when it seems like it's starting to get too tight or it's starting to dig into the bark, then I can always just like loosen it one link. Anyway, so yeah, I measured out the rope. I'm trying to remember what it ended up being. I think it was like each side is like 12 feet, so 24 feet up and down. I looped it up right at the middle and did just one knot just so that it wouldn't like slide side to side, and then brought it down and then attached it to the plank. So we cut a 3 foot length of this 2 by 8 inch board, and then drilled in holes. So the width of the rope was 5/8 of an inch. So that's what we used for a drill head, and drilled in the 4 holes. And before we did that, we just burned it lightly just to kind of help seal it. Um, we did this with our bridge, and it worked pretty well, I think, just to protect the wood, and also it looks kind of cool. But here, because we didn't want everybody to be marked with like black all the time, we ended up sanding it after. So from what I've read, that still does laminate it a little bit, maybe not as well as if we had just left it. Um, yeah, anyway, so then passed the rope through and then tied the knots at the bottom. Lewis helped me level it all. And then that was basically it. And I don't think I'll be able to undo those knots even if I want to. Like, I feel like they're really tight now. But I really like how it looks. It's like kind of fun to swing on. You can go pretty high. Anyway, hope you like the swing. I really like it as a spot to hang out, especially when the dogs are out here, because we have a bird feeder on the other side of this tree and there's birds on it all the time, and they knock seed onto the ground. So then the dogs are out here eating that seed. So while I'm hanging out with them, it's nice to have a place to sit and gently swing. So thanks for coming along for the making of the garden swing, and I'll catch you next time.